Alright, hey everybody, it's Chris and today is going to be very, very random. I've been missing y'all. I've been so under the weather. I'm kind of under the weather today, so if I sound like crazy and stuffy and cloudy, it's because I am. I'm really, really jacked up, okay? So yeah, it's been a pretty rough start to the new year, but it's all good. God is good. Amen. Today I thought it would be a really fun idea to do something a bit different. I have never done like a get ready with me type video before, so I thought it would be kind of fun to do that and kind of chat with y'all. I miss y'all. Actually purchased like a ton of stuff from BH Cosmetics, so I kind of want to play in some makeup today. So, but anyways, recently BH Cosmetics was having a really, really good sale. They're always having really good sales. They were doing like a sale of, you know, free shipping on orders of $25 or more, and they were also going to give like a free gift with the purchase. So I kind of had to buy stuff, and I did. I went in twice. So since I want to actually play around in the makeup and kind of show you guys, you know, the palettes and stuff like that, I'm going to kind of run through the things that I got really, really quick and then jump right into the getting ready with me session. So the first thing I picked up was the 26 color palette, neutral eyeshadow and blush palette, and I'm just going to let this speak for itself. Look at how gorgeous that palette is. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. Also decided to pick up the BH Day and Night palette, and it looks like this. This one's more like party-ish. At least I think so. Party to me. I don't really like go too much out of the box, but there's some really, really funky colors in here that is just a lot of fun. So that looks really good. Okay, y'all can see my table and stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I also got the 28 color palette. This is a neutral palette, but this one looks like this. The free gift that BH sent was the That's Heart palette. I apologize guys, again my lighting is horrible today, but it's a That's Heart palette, and she's actually a fellow YouTuber, so she has a palette of her own with BH Cosmetics, and this is really, really, really pretty. I decided to pick up a couple of their foundations, and it was really tough for me to decide on what shades to get. So the two shades I decided to go with are D2 Mocha, looks like this. And this color is actually really, really, really similar to my Revlon Color Stay and Caramel 400. The other shade that I decided to get was a darker shade, and this is D3 Deep Cocoa. And I got this one to kind of like contour and stuff. I do use the Revlon Color Stay 410 Cappuccino. These two shades are very, very similar. So I also chose 3 lipsticks, and 2 of them are kind of like reds, and then one is like a crazy purple color that I have no idea where I'm going to wear it, but I'm trying. I decided to pick up Moody Merlot, which is this really pretty red, like this. I was really, really happy that this is not like an orangey red. The blue undertones will kind of like help your teeth look a lot whiter. The other red color that I decided to go with is Berry Bite, and this one is definitely blue based. Oh my gosh. And then the really bright purple one is called Vixen. It looks like this. Y'all, I don't know how in the world I'm gonna pull this off. Alright, so I have lipstick on my hand and I tried to wipe it off and it kind of like stained. So that's good because that means that it's gonna last really, really long. So the last 2 things that I got from BH Cosmetics is this lip gloss here in the color Girls Night Out. And it is like a really, really dark plum burgundy-ish shade. Man, I got lipstick everywhere. Okay. It's like kind of like a plumish burgundy shade, and it's got little gold sparkles in it. So it looks like this. I also got one of their lip liners in the color Spiced. Okay. Alright, so that's what I picked up from BH Cosmetics. I am ready to go. Kind of. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is use my Soothing Care from the makers of Monistat Chafing Relief Powder Gel. And I actually use this as a primer and it works fantastic. No, this is not for yeast infections, but this actually just kind of helps smooth my skin out. I'll use it a little bit. And it kind of controls my oil and stuff like that. So I kind of like to use it in the places where I get the most oily throughout the day. Now my skin is actually kind of like funky right now. It's kind of really, really dry because it's like freezing outside. So I'm kind of like combination. I don't really have anything to put my foundation on, and I don't really want to do it like on the back of my hand because then I'm gonna have to get up and wash my hands and stuff like that, get it all over my clothes. So I'm gonna just take like a piece of paper, white computer paper that I'm just gonna like tear a little bit off, and I'm gonna actually pump my foundation onto the paper. It works. So as you can see, I have quite a bit of freckles going on along with some acne scars. Okay. So let's see what the coverage looks like on this foundation. Wow, that's really, really, really pigmented. And it looks kind of like yellow. But usually when foundations look like this, like my Revlon Color Stay looks exactly like this when it goes on, and it blends out like really, really well. So I'm gonna grab my Sedona Lace FB07 brush, and I'm just gonna like buff that in. Look at that. Very nice. And you see how like the color like blended like really, really seamless. Even though it went on and it looked like, girl, that's gonna be the wrong color, okay? I am totally impressed with that. So I would say that this coverage is kind of like a medium, and it can definitely go full coverage. Me personally, I actually don't go for full coverage. I actually don't mind when my scars and freckles kind of show through. So I actually like the skin look. Whatever's left on my brush, I kind of like to go over my neck just a little bit. So I can feel that my skin is like on the drier side today, and I can actually see a little bit of like the dryness peeking through. So another trick that I like to do for dry patches, like if I notice that after I put my foundation on, you know, I can kind of see like I'm flaking or something like that. I actually take like, don't laugh again. I actually take like a little bit of Scotch tape. This really does work. I've been doing this for years. I'll take a little bit of the tape on the dry patch and then kind of just lift off the dryness and it actually ends up on the tape. So it's kind of like one of those like Biore pore strips, the really, really cheap way. Then if it messed up my foundation, then I'll kind of just go back and, you know, go back in with my brush a little bit and kind of clean that up. All right, so I'm gonna contour just a little bit, and I'm gonna take like a really small amount of the Deep Cocoa. I'm gonna grab my really old Eco Tools foundation brush, and I'm just gonna apply this where I would like contour. You can see like I naturally have like a darker area here. So I just kind of like play that up a little bit, like that. And I bring it in just a little bit, more cheekbones. Take an e.l.f. brush and kind of blend that out. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Whatever was left on my brush. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do to my face. I'm not gonna add any powder or anything like that. No concealer. Okay, so I'm just gonna prime my eyes. And this is the e.l.f. Primer. It was only like $1 and I found it at Target. It works really, really good. So I'm gonna dampen the brush and use this shade here as like a crease color for today. This one right here. Always get the question as to why I like to use my eyeshadows damp, and it's just basically because I find that the finish is a lot better on my skin. Again, I'm combination oily skin and my eyelids can tend to look dry, so when I use like powder eyeshadows dry, it just makes my eyelids look kind of crepey. So it kind of just gives me a smoother satin-like finish. It's so much harder for me to work right-handed. I'm a lefty. You know what? I'm actually ambidextrous. I'll take that back. I write with my left hand, but I do everything else like throwing a ball and stuff like that with my right hand. And I cut like with scissors with my right hand. Weird. I think I'm gonna go with this one here for my brow bone. Ah, that's light enough. Bring that same color like in this area too. Just a little bit. And I'm going for a really, really basic look today. I'm just gonna do this shade right here on like my lid. And I think that might be it for the eyeshadow. I don't know. This is a e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. Eyeshadow brush. All right. So under my lash line, I'm gonna use like this really, really old eyeliner brush. And I'm gonna kind of like blend the dark brown, the first shade, along with this lighter shade here. And I'm gonna just like apply that underneath. Like that. That way it looks more like complete. And then I'm gonna take the shade that I used to kind of like do my brow bone, and I'm just gonna apply that like where my tear ducts are, just to brighten that up. I thought I was done with the eyeshadow, but I think I'm gonna darken up the outer V area on my eyes, and there's no really like dark chocolate brown in the palette that I was just using, so I'm gonna bust out the Day and Night palette, because there is a really, really nice chocolate brown right there. And I'm gonna use this Eco Tools pencil brush. Blend that out a little bit. And fix this because now it looks like I got punched in the eye. So I cannot live without eyeliner. So I'm going to be using my Jordana Fabuliner. I'm just going to do like a slight wing. This is going to take me forever to do on camera, so I'll be right back. To line my waterline, I'm going to be using black Radiance Continuous Cream Eyeliner. Like, this stuff is amazing. I find it at Walmart. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. Like, very, very little. Just like touch it. And it's so pigmented. I'm just going to line my waterline. A little bit. So while I have this out, I'm just going to kind of like add a tiny bit to my brows. Now I know you're not really supposed to use like black on your brows, but I use like so little of this that you can't even tell. So I'm just gonna take like my Sedona Lace EB27 brush, and I'm just gonna like barely touch that. I'm just gonna kind of like dab it where my brows have shedded out. Not real sure what's going on with my brows, but take the other side and use the spoolie and kind of just blend that. My eyebrows are really, really dark. That's pretty much all I do to my brows. I really don't do like a lot. I have really thick eyebrows, and whenever I like do the actual like brow technique, it kind of makes it look like I have just too much brow going on. Just too much. So I'm gonna attempt to try to use one of these blushes. I'm just now getting into blush, so I'm gonna try this one down here. And I like literally only use like the world's smallest amount. Like, yeah. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. Not sure if you can see it on camera, but I can definitely see it here in person. I know y'all probably like, girl, why are you so scared of blush? I'm gonna learn, y'all. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna use a little bit of my Mega Length mascara from Wet n Wild. I think I'm just gonna do one coat today. So last but not least, I'm going to play around with some of these lip colors. Now I think I'm gonna go with, these are all actually kind of like dark for daytime, but I just want to see what they look like. So I think I'm gonna try Berry Bite. It's kind of speaking to me. It is very, very vibrant. I'm kind of nervous, but let's see. So I'm gonna try the spiced lip liner. I don't think that it's necessarily going to be like the perfect color match for the Berry Bite. This is definitely more orangey red, but let's see what this looks like. Wow, these are really pigmented. You see that? Like, I barely put anything on and it's almost covering my entire lip already. These are amazing. I'm totally impressed with this lip liner. BH is the bomb. I'm not gonna apply any pressure. See how pigmented it is. Wow. That is so bright. Okay, seriously? Okay, y'all, I'm chickening out. I'm chickening out. I really love the color. But because it's still like daylight outside, I'm not gonna go like full-blown pigment on it because it is ridiculously pigmented. It's fantastic. So I'm just gonna kind of like tone this down a little bit. I'm gonna blot the color down just a little bit using my McDonald's napkin. Okay, y'all, so I am like 100% happy with my purchases. Seriously, I love everything I bought. Yes. I got a little bit of frizz going on over here, so I'm just gonna touch up this section of my hair. I'm gonna grab my Eco Cocktail, looks like that. I've been loving this stuff for kind of like smoothing. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of it right over here. Just to clean up my hairline a little bit. She's a little fuzzy. Y'all see that? Add my hairpin back in. And that's all I'm gonna do to my hair today. I actually need to wash my hair, and I'm thinking about creating a tutorial for this style, so if you like it, let's see. Let me show y'all. I'm not too sure what it looks like back there. I'm not sure if I can get it to come out exactly the same. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is. But I will try. All right, so I'm all done getting ready. I'm just wearing a regular black top. Nothing fancy or anything. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to hang out with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Also, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Google+, let's see, Facebook. I have a blog, all that, so follow me there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a blessed day. I will see you very soon in another one. Take care.
Be sure to check out my channel homepage for lots more to watch. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Have a great day!